Claude, on behalf of Barista and Exo Marketing B2B, thanks for being there.
Pleasure.
Before we head on to the specific question, tell our viewers, what exactly is Nexalogy?
Nexalogy is a social discovery engine, meaning that we analyze reams and reams of data to find things that you would not have thought before.
Okay.
So if you're going to do monitoring, that means usually you need less data and you know exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah.
When you don't know what you're looking for, we're the people to help you find that.
Okay, so if I want to discover new stuff about my clients, my suppliers, or
New
just
markets.
out there, my markets, I go to you guys.
When you want to analyze an entire country, come to us. or an entire city, and see what's happening there, we'll find out.
All right. So when it comes down to big data, small data, AI, what's the impact of those things on the way we do marketing nowadays?
I think that basically there's going to be two types of companies.
Yep.
There's companies that will learn how to leverage data and AI to a certain extent. And then there'll be the companies that'll be acquired by those that knew how to do it.
Okay.
And then one of the reasons I think that is actually cost. If you think of what made big data available, it's a reduction in cost of disk storage, reduction in cost of computational space, reduction in cost of bandwidth that allowed us to just put tons of servers together that made big data possible.
Okay.
In a lot of ways, we've been doing big data like at CERN, at telescopes, where I'm from, for decades now. But it's only, let's say, in 2001, 2002 that we started seeing the three V's.
Okay.
Velocity, volume, variety. You need two of the V's to make one of the things of big data. And then IBM added a fourth V, which is veracity, which we're really seeing the consequences now when you look at fake news, fake bots, all that stuff, because it's a part of big data.
Okay.
And
talking about fake news, it's something that you guys can like spot?
Yeah, really easily. It's actually, fake news is often enabled by massive bot networks. So recently MIT unveiled a bot network of 350,000 Twitter bots.
Wow.
That tweet with language that's almost as good as normal language.
350,000?
Twitter bots.
Jeez. Okay.
So the thing is, when they tweet, our software does massive amount of correlations to look at, and it correlates practically everything together, like the time of the tweet, the person who edited the tweet, the language of the tweet. So the bots will often tweet once in one shot, and that's not human. Okay. So the software will really easily cluster, like, look at that, something really weird's happening there. And then normal humans, well, they're kind of messy. So our software does a really good job of spotting out bot networks.
Okay. We heard recently in Montreal that Facebook and Google invested millions of dollars in an incubator specialized in artificial intelligence called Element AI. Will it have any kind of effect on Nexalogy?
I think it would probably have maybe a negative effect. I'm really bullish on Element.ai, and well, it's okay. It's natural ups and downs and like new technology. I think if you look at yesterday, in fact, Georgian Partners, which usually only funds big data plays, did their first ever seed round, and that seed round was a $5 million seed round in a company called Automat.ai. Which is going to compete directly with Element, and they're going to work together, evidently, but in Toronto.
In Toronto, yeah.
So the amount of raises that are happening now on companies with zero revenues, just on the idea, are colossal, and Montreal and Toronto are actually some of the world centers to do this. So it's a good thing for Montreal. And without a doubt, like what Nexalogy does is, we've always been on the computational side of AI, of big data, and I think that we could maybe leverage AI in the next few years by doing some machine learning. But I really think the term AI is being massively abused at this time. Okay. Everybody's putting a .ai at the end of what they do, even though technically, I don't think
still not there.
A lot of machine learning is statistical modeling, right? So there's a spectrum. Okay.
I'm a small company and I hear about small data, big data, AI, stuff like that. If I ask Claude Théoret or Nexalogy, what's in their crystal ball for the next 2-3 years that I, as a company, should look for?
Yeah, well, I think that the cost of doing big data is going to get lower and lower and lower. Okay. So there's a lot of stuff now that you might, like BuzzSumo, for instance, does the big data for you. And it's a very cheap tool. It actually starts off free. So those are the type of things that are going to help small companies. You're going to be not leveraging big data inside the small company, but you will be using big data companies to help you. But the second thing I see is that the data that fuels AI is going to get rarer and rarer and rarer because you need to, these models need to have clean data sets to do the machine learning on.
Okay.
Meaning that if you're going to like try and build a cat detecting image artificial intelligence bot, well, you're going to need at least 1 million images or a few 100,000 of things that you're sure are cats.
Okay.
Because you don't want to train it with cats and dogs right away, and then they won't be able to distinguish cats from dogs.
Yeah.
So that data, that clean, pre-qualified data, is going to get more expensive. It's going to get rarer, and the people who have it are going to hang on to it. Like we've seen recently, like Facebook has turned off its search API to everybody.
Wow.
And now they've bought Instagram. Instagram now doesn't share their data with anybody. So that free data flow, as we've seen, and LinkedIn that was never very sharing their data anyway, because it's such good data, right? So those data sources will get rarer and rarer and rarer, and it'll get more and more expensive.
That's going to put a lot of companies like you guys in peril, no?
Luckily, we're data agnostic, so we built our system. Our patent is based on using any data.
Data agnostics, I love the term.
Yeah, I love it too. It's one of the reasons why we have a patent and a lot of people don't, because we built our system to work on free form data, WikiLeaks. We can actually make it work on diplomatic cables, forums, everything. We can just shove it in. So Facebook shutting down, Facebook was never very friendly with their data anyway.
Okay.
It doesn't affect us very much.
Good.
There's just going to be more and more bad data, which is good for me.
Great. Claude, thanks for being there.
Thank you very much.
As for you guys, make sure you won't miss the other ones. They'll be just as fascinating as this one was. And hope to see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.
Ciao.